What else could he say? A young couple decided to take their 5-year-old son to see the circus. After several amazing acts, the ringmaster led 6 bull elephants into the center ring, linked trunk to tail in the usual manner. "What's that big thing hanging off the elephant?" "Mommy," little Johnny asked. "That's his trunk, honey." Mom replied. "No, that other thing," Johnny insisted. "Oh, you must be looking at his tail," Mom offered. "No, Mommy, that big thing underneath him, by his belly," Johnny said. Realizing her son was asking about the elephant's penis, Mom got embarrassed. "Oh, that's nothing, sweetie. Daddy went to get some popcorn. When he comes back, he can tell you all about the elephants." Soon, Dad came back with popcorn, and Mom went to use the restroom. Johnny took the opportunity to question his father. "What's that big thing hanging off the elephant?" "Daddy, that's his trunk, son," Dad said. "No, Daddy, not his trunk, and not his tail. I mean that big thing underneath, by his belly," Johnny repeated. "Oh, that," Dad said. "That's his penis, Johnny." "Huh," mused the 5-year-old. "Mommy said that was nothing." "Son," sighed Dad. "I've spoiled that woman." The devil sat at the gates of hell. Story joke. An old man suddenly arrived in a burst of flames, looking confused and lost. The devil looked at his paperwork and frowned. He was unable to find this old man's data file. "This can't be right," the old man grumbled, looking at the devil. "I've been a good man my whole life." The devil nodded apologetically. Most people said this when they arrived at hell. "Why don't you start with how you died and we'll figure it out?" He said. The old man sighed and said, "Well, I was out with minding my grandchildren, enjoying a fun day out. I don't get the grandchildren often because my eyesight is starting to fade. But we were having the most wonderful time. And that's when everything went crazy. Out of nowhere, I spotted the largest, most grotesque mouse I've ever seen moving towards us. It was absolutely enormous, and that's when it moved. Straight towards the grandchildren first, limbs outstretched. You don't know where mice have been. What if it had have bitten one of them? Can you imagine if they got rabies on my watch? So what did you do? The devil whispered, entranced by the story. He was munching on a box of popcorn. The old man continued. "You don't get how big this mouse was. Radiation it must have been. Too many phones these days. That's what causes it. I did the only thing I could. I grabbed my walking stick and I cracked it over the head. Now my eyesight isn't that good anymore. But I whacked it good." The kids started screaming at this point. You know how they get when you have to kill an animal? But I needed to keep going. You see, with mice, you need to see their guts to know they're dead. Otherwise, they'll be back with others. So you killed it. The devil asked. Some of his demigods had come to listen to the story. The old man nodded. By golly, I did guts, and all were splattered for all to see. The kids had lost their mind at this point. Tears everywhere. A crowd had gathered as well, all screaming at the sight. It was at this point, though, that the exertion caught up with me. I felt my heart give way. I must have suffered a heart attack. Next thing I know, I'm here. Well, the devil said, concerned. This doesn't seem to add up. Let me just give heaven a call, and we'll try and see what's going on here. The devil pulled up a phone from thin air and dialed a number. Hey, Jesus, bro, the devil said. I think I've got one of yours here. His story checks out. Must have been a mix-up. The devil nodded as a voice on the phone spoke back to him. He gave the old man a silent celebratory thumbs up as the voice continued. The devil covered the phone speaker with his hand, turned to the old man and said, You're all good. They just want to know where you were when you died. The old man nodded. Oh, that's easy. I was at Disneyland. This one's eating my popcorn. So a man and a woman decided to take in a movie one night, and it just so happens that on that same night, a farmer has decided to sneak in one of his roosters from his farm. After getting their snacks, the couple head into the darkened auditorium, which is nearly full. There are only 2 seats left, and they happen to be next to the farmer and the rooster, which he has concealed in his pants. Midway through the movie, the rooster pokes his head out of the farmer's zipper and begins to peck and eat the woman's popcorn. She notices and nudges her husband. "Honey, look what this guy's cock is doing." Her husband replies, Don't pay it no mind. If you've seen one, you've seen 'em all." So she looks over at her husband and says, "Yeah, but honey, this one's eating my popcorn." A farm boy took his pet duck and got in his pickup to go to the move-in picture show in town. He walked up to the ticket booth with his duck under his arm to buy a ticket. But the girl said, "Sir, you can't bring that bird in here." The country boy tries to explain about how the duck is a housebroken pet. But the girl says, "Sir, I'm sorry, but you can't bring that animal into the theater." So, he's sitting in his truck, stroking his duck, trying to think, and has an idea. He hides his duck down the bib of his overalls and goes and buys a ticket and sits down next to these 2 town girls with his duck hidden in his pants and starts watching the movie. A few minutes later, one of the townie girls nudges the other and says, "This guy's got his cock out." Her friend says, "Ignore him. You seen one? You've seen 'em all." The first girl replies, "Not like this one. It's eating my popcorn." How many Redditors does it take to change a light bulb? How many Redditters does it take to change a light bulb? 1. To change the light bulb and to post that the light bulb has been changed. 14. To share similar experiences of changing light bulbs and how the light bulb could have been changed differently. 7. To caution about the dangers of changing light bulbs. 17. Purists who use candles and are offended by light bulb discussions. 6. To argue over whether it's light bulb or light bulb. Another 6 to condemn those 6 as stupid. 22. To tell those 6 to stop being jerks. 2 industry professionals to inform the group that the proper term is lamp. 15 know-it-alls who claim they were in the industry, and that light bulb is perfectly correct. 49 to post memes and GIFs. Several are of Michael Jackson eating popcorn. 19 to post that this page is not about light bulbs and to please take this discussion to a light bulb page. 11 to defend the posting to this page, saying that we all use light bulbs and therefore the posts are relevant here. 24 to discuss the merits of LED swirly fluorescent light bulbs. 44 to claim LED and fluorescent bulbs will kill you. 12 to post F. 8 to ask what F means. 36 people to post pics of their own light bulbs. 15 people to post "I can't see" in percentages and use their own light bulbs. 6 to report the post or PM an admin because someone said FXX. 4 to say, "Didn't we go through this already a short time ago?" 13 to say, "Do a search on light bulbs before posting questions about light bulbs." 1 to bring politics into the discussion by adding that insert politician of choice isn't the brightest bulb. This usually takes place within the first 3 comments. 50 more to get into personal attacks over their political views. Yano were 5 admins to ban the light bulb posters who took it all too seriously. 1 late arrival to comment on the original post 6 months later and start it all over again. I got stabbed at the flea market. I thought it would be fun to take my son to the flea market to see the wide array of commodities being sold. "Oh, look, there's an ice cream man," my boy exclaimed. So we walked up to the ice cream booth and I said, "Hey there, ice cream man." And then we ordered a couple cones. Next was the kettle corn man, my favorite. So of course we said, "Hey, kettle corn man." We watched the popcorn pop for a while and didn't leave the kettle corn guy's booth without a big bag of popcorn in hand. And after that, we visited the glass blower man. We said, "Hey, glass blower man." Then we watched the mesmerizing glass blower man for a while. It was a pleasant evening up until we approached the little man at the woodworking booth, and I said, "Hey there, whittle guy." Kitty a cat walks into a bar and orders coffee. The waiter is speechless, and seeing this, the cat asks, "Is anything the matter?" "Well, yeah. You're a cat." "Whumper, sir. So, you can talk." "Whumper." I fail to see the problem. "Please get me my order." Right away. It's just, I've never seen anything like this. "Abram, I'm new around here. Came just for a job interview." The waiter brings the order and sees the cat tapping away on a laptop. "And here's your coffee. You said you were looking for a job. My uncle would hire you on the spot at his circus." "Your circus as in arena? Big top? Band? Yeah. Clowns? Acrobats? Elephants? Yeah. Cotton candy? Popcorn? Lollipops? Yeah. It's tempting, but I don't see how they could use a Java developer." A guy walks into a bar. He strolls up to the bartender and says, "I'll take, if Bio was sorry for the work, a pint of Guinness." And a bowl of popcorn. The bartender pours his beer and sets some popcorn in front of him. The gentleman reaches for his beer, revealing that he is wearing 2 extremely large fake bare hands. Curiosity getting the better of him, the bartender asks the guy, "Why the big paws?" The guy looks at the bartender stunned. "I have a speech impediment." Asshole.